against Team Fake, the team that just lost previously then to Farico. Farico absolutely dominated them, and I would be surprised if apeX can't do the same.
Well, in all honesty, I would not even begin to call it a square up at this rate. I actually would prefer to refer to it as a massacre, to be quite honest. But we saw it just now with Farico versus Fake. In the end, it was absolutely ridiculous, getting completely and utterly annihilated. 5-6, no, actually 6-0 in 2 rounds in CTF, and then domination was exactly that. Domination for Farico. But it's time to go in towards round number 2 here in this group stage. It's Fake meeting up versus apeX. Let's go over these rosters, shall we?
apeX Germany, yeah. Well, I mean, looking at apeX Germany, we've obviously got these ex-SK players.
Yes.
Tapout's been around a long, long time, very experienced.
Chronic.
Yeah, bringing with him 3 experienced players as well. And, you know, Team Fake, relatively unknown. I always like to root for the underdog, but... you know, I'm just going to switch over from Vaporeal. Astero, who's obviously playing the defensive role, which is something that we're seeing a lot on these Capture the Flag games, rather than playing, you know, if it was a map like on Black Ops, where it was firing range, you'd see someone top wood, but it does seem like teams are actually sitting behind the flags a lot on these Capture the Flag game types.
Well, at this point in time, it's probably a good idea for the French team to actually try to be as defensive as they possibly can, because they know they're going to be in deep, deep trouble if they allow apeX to run away. And Tapout right now is already running with that flag, and they're not going to get that cap just yet, even though, let's see if we can get a visual on the flag runner.
There we go. The flag is just being captured now, very early on in the game. Really good start for apeX.Germany. I would probably say the weaker of the 2 apexes attending this tournament.
Oh, absolutely. But that goes without saying.
It's still a formidable team to be squaring up against.
In all honesty, though, one of the reasons why I personally think is their lineup is a little bit weaker than it could have been is because Raiden actually got transferred from the SK teams at the last notice. Which is definitely going to impact their gelling, because you're going to have a team member that is not as known with the rest of your team. You're going to have that impact, so that's going to hurt them a little bit later on in towards the tournament. They're going to be in the top 2 of this group, definitely, together with Yin.
Yeah, they should be. I mean, what we're actually seeing here, I'm just going to quickly mute the people that are joining the game, because we don't want to be hearing any of that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And hopefully they won't spawn in. But we actually saw the Team Fake actually manage to pull that flag. They were on a good run, but, you know, apeX Germany just managing to prevent them from getting that past the midway point of the map. Astero still sitting back there. I'm just going to switch over to see some more aggressive gameplay.
Let's see what Frenchie can do here. Will pick himself up a single, trying to get himself into the apeX site. A lot of smoke. A lot of dust. Will get himself knocked down here with Tap still sitting firmly on that flag, camping out right on top of that ramp, having no issues whatsoever defending.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, you do really need someone that's going to be defending the flag. The position is in is an obvious spot, but it is one that you can expect people to go on hard hat. You've got a good view of the flag, and it's very defensive. You can just sit behind there and be relatively safe, but you've just got to watch out for the grenades that will be flying over.
Is hard? Do you consider Hard to be one of the more simplistic map due to the lack of vertices as well? Like you didn't have like in the Black Ops, like on Havana, when you had a couple of vertices being thrown up, or you had that on Radiation as well.
Yeah, I mean, it really does vary. I don't think many teams are particularly keen on hard hat on the whole. It's not a very popular one.
But it's very positive.
You know, I just think it's one of them maps that people were surprised still remained in the rule set. But, you know, it was tested, and they do believe that Capture the Flag is fairly balanced on this. So it will be played throughout Reflex GT. 1-0 down, though, for the Team Fake. Certainly not as bad as the previous game against Farico, and still plenty of time to get back into this. Still time in this first round, and actually making a pull here, but shut out. I'm just going to go on board with French. He's playing more aggressively.
Yep.
Enemy's doing a great job cleaning that up.
Now getting himself 2 back-to-back. Flag will get returned, and there you have it with only 34 seconds remaining on that clock before the second half. And we will be switching sides. French ready to go again in defense, especially on this particular spot here. Ooh. Chronic will get himself 2 back-to-back and may have his opportunity to actually get a flag pickup. And actually, you know, it will be Tap that will run it home. He has 11 seconds to do, not enough time, but a good effort nonetheless.
He might actually do this. I'm not sure. It's going to be really, really close here. There's only 3 seconds left on the clock. Oh, we're just falling short there, but still a 1-0 lead, playing very well at the moment, apeX Germany. I would have expected a more convincing win, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
Maybe
absolutely.
Team Fake have stepped up the game a little bit. So let's switch over to apeX Germany and see how they're going to play now that they are 1 flag up so far. And I want to get on board with Chronix. I believe he was... no, he's actually playing... he's not the aggressor.
Enemy was one of the defenders we had ourselves. I believe Tap was running flags consistently throughout. So let's keep a look at him, what he's doing. Will actually get himself dropped right off the bat.
The commentator's curse, as
yeah, absolutely. Well, I think recently it's kind of shifted to the commentator's blessing, actually, as well. Last weekend, it's like, yeah, well, let's spectate this guy. Bam, rips out the most ridiculous wallbang you've ever seen in your entire life. So you're just thinking by yourself, damn, son, that's pretty awesome right there.
We'll have to see. We'll put it to the test throughout this tournament. But at the moment, kills are just being exchanged. No one's really making a huge push on the other team. There's not been a lot of players on one team that have gone down, and it's fairly even, which is good news for apeX Germany, with them already having the lead so far.
Yeah, but that 4 minutes and 10 seconds is still a lot of time to be filled up. That 1 point difference is not going to help you out all that much with that much time remaining. But this defensive position right here for Raiden is pretty damn decent. Sitting behind the box, you can look down, you have that visual, you can look straight in towards the room on the left, having not too much issue whatsoever, and well defended out here. Let's take a look at what Tap's doing. If he's already, yeah, there he is, already in position. Flashbang comes out. Can he pick up a single? Yes, he will. Can he get himself the flag? There it is. Runs it home.
Yep, there's only 1 member alive for Team Fake at the moment, and he's got to have his work out if he wants to stop Tap out. A good stun grenade is going to just slow him down a little bit.
By that pillar, should be fine.
He's managed to get past it, he's slipped through, and it looks like they're going to take this 2-0 lead. And what apeX are doing right now is not playing too defensively or passively, because eventually you will just get overrun. However, Team Fake have also pulled the flag, so we may be seeing a little bit of a stalemate for a while. And yeah, Tap Out's just going to rely on his team now to actually take out the enemy flag carrier, because there's not much he can do at this stage other than hide and hope for the best.
It's kind of reminds me of the old high-rise map on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, where you have the ridiculous flag runs.
Oh yeah.
And like just sit in the back of the base, and there's just no way in hell you're going to get in there when both teams have each other's flags. A similar situation right here. But in all honesty, if they can keep this up for at least 1 minute and 50 seconds, it doesn't really matter, because apeX have that 1 flag advantage already.
Yep.
So this is actually working in apex's favor, unless, of course, the Fake team can do something ridiculous and get through Chronic, get through Raiden. And there's the cap. It's 2-0.
And that was a really good attempt from Team Fake to actually stop that. They managed to kill 2 of the people that were sat around the flag of apeX Germany, but it just wasn't enough to prevent the flag capture. 2-0 with only 2 minutes 21 left on the clock. There needs to be some really aggressive push now for Team Fake if they're able to pull this out of the bag.
2 minutes and 15 seconds to pull 2 flags.
Chronix with a nice little 2-piece there, defending well, on board with Enemy, who's still going to be playing aggressively, which is nice to see. It's nice to see not the whole team are defending, unlike Astero, who has been behind the flag the whole game for Team Fake. So now we are watching Tap Out. He is also playing SMG objective, running up as far as he can and just preventing that passive defensive play we were talking about before that can just lead to a loss if you're not too careful.
Well, sometimes a good defense is in fact a good offense, but so far it's not been going all too well for Fake at all. So they're just sitting out in their base, waiting for apeX to come in and take 2 of their guys out and run the flag home. Let's see what Tap Out can do here. If he can actually lock something down here. He knows Infernal has the flag, and he knows where he's coming from, and he's just waiting and waiting and waiting. This crossfire here could be dangerous. Hello there, what's going on? And that will get returned.
Yeah, that was really well played, Dan. He just waited it out. He knew that he'd be running in front of him.
Very calm.
He got the all-important return. That was 3 down, though, by Team Fake. Chronix is the last alive, so he's going to have to be really careful here. If he goes down, they could suffer a flag loss.
His position is pretty good, though. Sitting behind the... Oh, that stun's going to be difficult. Can he get the first? Yes, he will. But the respawn's already there for his team. Even though Fake may have the opportunity here as the 3 comes in. 3 are down for apeX.
Yep.
Tap Outs it's all up to Tap Out.
Tap out is at the enemy flag. He's decided to pull it. He had to make the decision there whether to sit on the flag and just keep defending it.
It was a good decision, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he's just trying to stall them as long as he can. He's got 34 seconds to prevent them capturing 2 flags. But he has dropped that now, and they are going to be trying to run it. So they needed to relay that. And yeah, apeX are going to walk away with this now.
Yeah, they managed to, again, that critical pickup from Tap there just now, making sure that the rest of his team could spawn in. Enemy all the way up towards the flag. He's got himself 11 seconds to get this cap. Stun comes out. Not going to get a cap, but we're going to be writing down 2-0 on the first map here on Hard Hat, and we're going to be moving on towards Akadam on Domination. And we'll see whether or not it's actually going to be Domination. Overall, though, I will have to say, Yin still looking to be the strongest team in this group, followed by apeX.
Yeah, Yin were very, very strong at the start. I mean, the capture the flag win that they had against Team Fake far surpassed what we just saw here, but still very dominant from apeX Germany. You can't hold that against them. And it's going to be interesting seeing the Domination arcade, and obviously this Domination isn't a game that's usually played at LANs. It's not been played throughout Black Ops, at least in the European scene.
It's not been played since Modern Warfare 2, if I'm not completely mistaken. Long time ago, at least almost more than a year ago.
Oh, well, yeah, and I mean, it's going back to the COD 4, really. That was Domination, Sabotage, Search and Destroy. Those were the days. Call of Duty 4.
It's all about Search and Destroy, my man.
Yeah.
It's all about Search and Destroy.
And Search and Destroy, actually, here, you may be used to the, the first to 6 Search and Destroy on Black Ops. We've actually got to play first to 4.
Yep.
And that's because the time limit rulings at the moment don't allow a short round length.
Which is an absolute shame, because that 1 minute 45 is pretty much critical to classic Search and Destroy. It makes it close, it makes it hectic, it makes it exciting to actually play, because now we have so much time before anything happens.
We see a little more campy play from the attacking team as well, because they should be the ones that are pushing
from
up.
the Frenchy teams, by any chance? I'm not even saying anything there. Just not implying anything. That's all good. It's all good.
Just suggesting. Yeah.
Could be. No.
But yeah, it's like we're saying anyway. Some teams can play quite defensively now. It's first to 4, but you know, you can also get quite lucky as well. 4 rounds isn't much to win. You know, on Black Ops we could see teams going 4-0 up, but then losing 6-4 overall. So now Search and Destroy is such a critical thing. It counts as 1 round in itself, but you know, you can easily lose it or throw it away by silly mistakes.
Well, let's go into the map Domination here on Arcaden. It is still Team Fake versus apeX Germany. We actually had Chronix walking up earlier to me today saying, excuse me, like, one of my teammates, he is called CCC something. Some of other casters have been saying like really strange name. His name is Chronix. Could you make sure that happens? Like, it's cool. We got this. It's all good.
He confused me at first. I wasn't sure exactly what to call him. But what
there's always these these guys.
Some interesting names. Estero, I believe that's pronounced Estero, so we'll stick with that for now.
Yes, that's fine. We can always ask him later on if necessary. But so far, apeX already looking good here. Getting himself 2, I believe, at the moment. Yes, they got themselves 2 set up, and that's already going to give him that 12-point advantage as soon as the first minute has been run out.
And a little bit of gunfire on the B flag there. And B flag's so important on this map. This is probably my favourite Domination map. I personally think it's very well balanced as far as the Domination map goes.
Can we look at the overview for a second?
Let's just have a quick look. And as you can see, fairly well spaced out. And what apeX Germany did right is just charge B straight from the word go. And as they've secured that now, it is relatively easy to defend. So they're just holding on to that 2 cap as long as they can.
Well, right now, apeX are up by 9 points at the moment. In the meantime, the Germans are holding firm. And Raiden is eyeing up that C control point. Will get himself yet another one to spread.
Yep, they're almost double ahead now. They've held that 2 cap pretty much the whole time. And the question is really whether they are going to push for this 3 cap, because I know that's a lot of complaints from the competitive community come from the fact that teams will just sit on 2 flags the whole game. And, you know, it provides, well, not a very good game to watch, but, you know, whatever wins you the game.
Play to win.
But with Chronix now, though, he's just doing a really good job defending B, picking up 2 kills, answered back by Bleedo, though. And Raiden has managed to take him out, preventing that B capture in favor of Team Fake.
Yeah, now actually enemies eyeing up C. They may be overstretching themselves slightly.
Yeah, what we've actually seen here, apeX have actually dropped A and C, which are the 2 spawn flags, and just had B, but that just actually makes it quite easy to recapture one of those. B is such an important flag on domination. Yeah, they are just sitting for the 2 cap. I don't think they're really pushing for that 3. And you know, it varies from team to team. Some teams will always just continually push for that 3 because it can just get you so far ahead in such a little amount of time.
It's also it's a risky business though, because you have 3 players, you have 3 sites that need to be protected, need to be covered, and the enemy team can just completely and utterly focus himself on a single site, and if there's only one guy there, he's going to get completely overrun. Respawn Tiner will coming, and then we'll just locust their way in towards the next site, which is definitely a problem in classic domination. Domination is a game type that's gone back so long. It used to be played in Quake, it used to be played in Unreal Tournament. It's just, do you have to make these decisions regarding what are you going to go for? The two-way is generally seen as the best way of doing it historically. Stab will get himself 2 right here, looking to get towards A right now.
Yeah, he actually picked up a really nice grenade kill before that, taking out 3 of the enemy team. And you can just see apeX again striding ahead here. Some really solid play, and it would be a really interesting game, I think, to see apeX Germany against Farico. It would be interesting to see how that panned out.
Yeah, we'll most likely have that lined up later on in towards the tournament. We'll have to figure out with the admins to see if we can actually get anything like that rolling. And Raiden will get himself a team kill.
Oh, and that is bad news for...
a 3-piece.
Really good play from Bleedo, I believe that's pronounced. They are going to jump on that B-bomb, but the good grenade from Tap Out doesn't manage to get the kill, and now, finally, we are seeing Team Fake hold 2 of the flags. I'd really like to see them push for that 3rd and make that, because they've got some catching up to do.
It could be a little bit too little, too late right now. Ooh, and that's 2 defended for apeX right now. They're back in control. Vaporil will get himself 2 as well. Nave up, followed up by an oomph kill and a 2-nade. Not bad there. 3 as Chronix is in business.
And a big cheer from them as well. Very happy with that. And quite a big point difference now. We're almost getting up to, what is that? 34 maybe? 34 point difference, I believe. So, you know, and there's still time left on the clock with them holding 2 flags, just striding ahead. And there'll be a very similar point difference to what we saw between Farico Yin and Team Fake in that previous match.
Yeah, with the previous match, we had a 29 point difference at the end. Right now, we're looking at 37.
And that's just getting bigger and bigger
by the second.
So, I mean, you say that you think Farico Yin are the strongest in this group. If we pitched Farico Yin against apeX Germany, do you think they would be the victor?
I would still go ahead and say yeah, but it will come down to 3 maps. Definitely.
And with the involvement of Search and Destroy in that, as we've said, that can really go either way.
Yeah.
So the overall point difference there is going to be 41. And wow, that is going to be tough for Team Fate to come back from. I mean, even if it was 0-0, I think they'd struggle a little bit against such a strong apeX Germany that we're seeing in front of us. Yeah,
they'll if they can somehow control a single all 3 sites for 1 minute and get those 36 points difference, that's still going to be a very tall order. But well,
they'd be back in there though. They'd be right back into that game if they could just do that.
Yep.
And I think it is necessary. They really are going to have to push for that 3 cap. Otherwise, they are going to be 100% in the losers bracket after losing both games in their group.
How long is the round time again here in Domination total?
It's 5 minutes round time per side.
Well, so if they somehow manage to get 2 sides for at least 3 minutes, then they've already managed to close down that time.
Yeah.
So that's going to be crucial. Actually, a little bit more. So they're going to need at least 2 sides for 3.5 minutes in order to pull this one off. If at 3.5 minutes they don't have that 41 points, then that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and it's going to be a very difficult task. apeX Germany really proving themselves here on the stream for all of you guys. And here we are, just chilling on the couch.
There we go. We got plans. We're actually setting up a Christmas tree later on.
Where's the dinosaur? Where is the dinosaur?
We had to give it away.
Oh, no.
We gave it away last time.
That's the Reflex mascot.
No, we're actually getting a Christmas tree later today.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, we're going to put a Christmas tree light here, and we're going to put all the Modern Warfare 3 cases in the tree.
It's going to be
it's going to be a very Reflex Christmas.
That's going to be brilliant.
It's going to be absolutely amazing. Let's get back into the game. It's the second half. We're on arcade, and right here, right now, there are no little girls being blown up just outside of a big tower in Paris because, oh my god, controversy! No Russian.
Yes.
It's all good.
Oh, interesting position.
This is an interesting position indeed.
I don't think he's going to be able to make a kill there, but certainly scout out and just call out to his teammates. Not one I've actually seen. And yeah, they really do need to be taking this lead
Can we go
quickly.
back a little bit there?
Let's just...
That's good.
And yeah, so he's just hanging out on this little patch at the top, just getting a good overview of the map. It's a really strong position. You can just hide away if you are spotted. And great for defending B as well, but no team has captured it yet.
Right now, B is completely open. They have figured out where Vaporeon is setting out. Finally, will have to drop himself down. While we're looking right now with Def's... Wow. Actually, we're seeing some very, very strong play here from the French team all of a sudden.
Yeah, they get back into it. Oh, and a little bit of a...
We spoke too soon right there.
Yeah, the team kill went down, and then 2 kills followed that, which meant 3 down for Team Fake, and apeX Germany is certainly going to capture that flag. Oh, very unlucky there, just tucked away in that corner.
Right now, we're seeing still 2 being set up by the Germans. The French still, like we've already said, need to get at least 3 minutes of 2 sites, and as they've done already in the past, it just doesn't look very... Yeah, it's not. I don't really expect them to do anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, what I want to see from particularly Astero, you can see he's the defensive player for the team. They are going to have to take some risks here, or they're just going to be out of it now. They're falling further and further behind, currently losing this current round, and they've already got that huge 41-point deficit. So they just need to absolutely go for it here, and that is what we're going to see pushing on that B flag. Is the grenade going to take him out? No, it is not. But yes, the person who was capturing that B flag did actually fall down. French is doing what he can, but tap out with a really nice 2-piece to prevent anything progressing for Team Fake.
2 minutes and 39 seconds to go. There's a team difference now, point difference right now in favor of apeX of around 34, 20, no, for 14 points. It's not going to happen. There's just not enough time.
They're going to have to literally 3-cap for the rest of this game to actually win this, I believe. And, you know, I do believe apeX are the strongest side. They've played so well in this game. And I can see them doing quite well in this tournament, actually.
Is there any particular sides in this here on this particular map which is considered to be a little bit stronger spawning-wise?
Well, yeah, I mean, this is the thing with domination, which maybe is why a few people disapprove of it being considered as the competitive game mode, because you can just switch spawns so easily, running around the back. And I do know different people prefer different spawns on this map. That's just based off Foreign X, which is, of course, my brother's team who I've spectated a lot. I know that they disagree on which side is better, so I guess that goes to personal preference and what type style of play you will be using throughout the game.
Overall, though, looking back at how Black Ops was played in the last, well, we'll just refer to it as the last season, basically, as the last season of Call of Duty. Looking at the game right now, Modern Warfare 3, comparable to that particular game, has the dynamic changed? Because essentially this is an expansion pack for Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of people are saying Modern Warfare 2.5. I mean, I personally love it. There's always that problem that a lot of people are talking about with the maps being just too cluttered. But, you know, I think it is a step up from Modern Warfare 2. Even if it is 2.5, that does indicate it is a better game, if not the big improvement that people were expecting.
It's definitely better considering the fact dedicated servers being added. The spectate options actually being decent this time around, which helps.
But something on spectate, you don't actually see the map.
No,
radar.
That's a real shame, because we did have that in Black Ops, and it helps so much. I'm sure there will be DLC for it, and we'll have to pay like $30 for it.
Yeah,
no doubt.
But I think Robert Bolin is considering, you know, adapting a few things or making a few changes for the competitive community. There was a recent tweet going out suggesting that anyway, but whether that will come to anything or not, we will have to see.
I'll talk to Eric. I'll make it happen. It'll happen. Don't worry. I've got this.
You've got contact. You can do this.
There's a reason why I did COD XP, guys. I've got this.
So here we go. Yeah, I mean, this game is over now. Great play from apeX Germany. Really solid throughout. And unfortunately for Team Fake, that is going to mean 2 losses in the group stage, which is not a great start to the tournament.
No, absolutely not. They're going to go drop down towards the lower bracket where, well, automatically will drop towards the lower bracket, actually, where they are going to meet their opponent. If they lose there, they will go straight towards the placement games. And so far, it's not looking good. But then again, we have no idea how they're going to be performing versus the bottoms of the other group, other groups actually. So it's still up for grabs for them, of course, and they can still bash their way through the lower bracket. But in the end, I would have to say they're gonna go for place 24 in this tournament.
Not a high one. I mean, like you say, in the losers bracket, we saw Furico Yin at EGL4 get knocked into that straight away, and they ended up coming second overall.
It has historically been. Some teams have historically gotten themselves knocked out of the out of the top bracket right away to actually completely dominate a lower bracket because they knew that they were very, very strong, but there was a stronger opponent they had to meet in the upper bracket, and they just didn't want to play against it because they didn't want to get throw any strategies away at that point in time. So sometimes it happens, but in the EGL situations, I doubt it was actually the case. But once again, it does happen every once in a while.
Yeah, and I actually have just been indicated that Furico and apeX Germany did actually play, and apeX Germany won.
Oh wow!
apeX Germany actually won that game. So
they will come up out on top in this group first.
They'll be the top, which not only puts them in the winner bracket along with the second place.
It's a shame that we missed that match, though.
Yeah, it would have been a great match to watch. But not only will they be the top of this group, but that means they will technically or statistically be playing an easier opponent starting off in the winner bracket than the second place in the group.
Yeah, there's a good chance that Yin actually meets one of the either Team Foreign or maybe even apeX Pro as it looked right now. But then again, we have 8 groups in total with the 8 top seeds potentially coming out on top. But Yin actually already underperforming.
Well, you know, they've got that game. I think Yin will get through the group. I think they'll be all right.
Oh, it'll be all right, yeah. Sure. It's also the start of the game, start of the tournament.
Yep.
You guys already saw on the stream that we were a little bit rusty with our production side as well, so we're getting underway. Maybe the same thing counts for the teams. It is Amsterdam right now, of course, which probably impacts things a little bit. This guy right here knows everything about that. Apparently on Twitter last night there were some messages about people indulging in Holland's most favorite imports as well. It's his imports, not exports, by the way.
I wouldn't know anything about this A-spec. I don't want any part of this.
You don't know. You deny everything.
I'm a good boy.
It's a plausible deniability is what we will call that.
Yep.
All right, cool. We'll be right back with you here at